It's the AJ and McCall show after the show. So we talk a lot about money,
yes,
which we wish we'd have more of all the time.
No,
constantly.
that we live in an abundant universe and we have as much money as we need because it is at our disposal, at our fingertips. It is accessible to you only if you believe it.
I'm happy for you that that's how you are. I definitely will be the first to say, yeah, I could use some more money. But
yeah,
you do you. The point was we're talking about the point money because bills and coins supposedly on shortage. Right. Somebody texted us actually later this during the morning show, said the mints are closed and still closed and do not have a reopening date yet.
Yeah.
So that
Rona.
is why right.
Miss Rona.
Let's see if they responded.
Okay. It's okay.
So we texted back, so you're saying we should start stockpiling it by throwing it in our mattresses? They responded with, exactly, especially pennies, because they may not come back now.
You know, I used to really like pennies. I thought they were the coolest out of all of the coins because of the color of them. Because I thought they were different. And fun fact, Dustin and I actually have broken out pennies, and we've purchased some from random people on the internet before that are certified unrolled since 1990, which is cool because then you find really cool old coins.
Right.
And old coins, depending on misprints and that kind of thing, if it's misprinted, it's worth super duper dollars. So it was kind of cool. It was kind of cool to go through them and look at them and stuff. But now that I know that pennies are just they're just kind of
Did you ever do the experiment to hollow out a penny?
No.
So
that's illegal.
Probably.
It is.
But it's a penny. Who's going to miss a cent?
It's illegal.
That's who you're going to stick with? It's a penny. It is a penny. I'm not counterfeiting hundreds over here.
Still illegal.
I'm hollowing out a penny.
I've done the smashed ones.
So what you should be able to do is they're very malleable metal.
Yeah.
So with a nail file, you should be able to get your way through the copper. It's not copper because copper is more expensive than a penny, but what a copper mixture.
It's like a copper, yeah.
And if you set it in vinegar, it'll eat away what's inside, and then you'll be left with a hollow penny.
That's crazy. No, I never did that.
I tried it once, it didn't work.
Yeah.
So maybe it doesn't work anymore.
Very
One
strange.
of those school experiments that they tell you about. I don't know these powers anymore. I did the egg invisible one, though, where you get rid of the shell. Well, you make the shell jelly or whatever. That one's fun.
Isn't that crazy?
It's weird.
It's super weird. So did I tell you that I had a ton of chickens hatch out? Speaking of eggs.
Yes.
So
once.
we had 6 chicks hatch out or something like that.
Right.
So we have nest boxes for our chickens to lay in
Right.
and actually lay their eggs in. I swear it's not good enough for them. So they found a barrel of straw to go and lay their freaking eggs in. And we went over there the other day and Dustin's there are freaking 10 eggs in this barrel of straw.
Wasn't it you that told
so
everyone
stupid
that pets imitate what their owners are, or they learn your personality or something like that?
Yes, dogs do. It's a dog thing. Chickens are just I don't hang out with chickens. Chickens are the most ridiculous, but they have started laying there, so I figured, okay, they're going to continue to lay there. I went out yesterday to go and check for eggs. I can't find them anywhere. It's we caught on, so they're gotta move. So, we found a ton underneath. After the winter, we found 56 eggs or something like that underneath our lawnmower because the chickens were okay, we're going to go under this little I know we have nest boxes, but that's stupid. I'm not going to use those. They're laying underneath the shell of our truck shell.
They found out about Easter egg hunts, and they're into it, so now they make them happen constantly.
That's great.
They're big fans of the Easter Bunny and what he stands for.
If I could find some eggs, which I have plenty of eggs right now still in my fridge, but if I could find some eggs, I would try that rubber egg experiment.
You should...
I think I probably will.
The school parents are much more lit for some reason post-school.
Oh, yeah.
You have nothing to do, and you're yeah, let's do it. They're way more cool then. Great Britain has come up a lot. England specifically has come up a lot. In Florida, not, especially this week.
Yeah.
Which to me has been kind of a mind shock because I just generally think of them as classier Americans.
They're doing ridiculous things.
But when you're featured in Florida, not a whole bunch, that's not the case. So... according to science, Brits are healthier than Americans in all income brackets, all things. Americans have higher rate of diabetes, high blood pressure, arthritis, hypertension, inflammation, mental health problems. All America. We got them all.
Honestly, I'm not surprised.
That doesn't surprise me. But after having all the England stories in Florida, what it reminds me is that maybe we are a lot closer than we maybe come to think. You know, they got that accent that everybody loves, and they're classy.
Yeah.
You featured in Florida, it just reminds everyone, well, we're just common people we're people separated by a common language.
Yeah.
And
basically,
there's no way they're getting there. They're acting out their Florida oats while they're stuck in pandemic.
You know, I would love to, because I've been very intrigued to understand like the way that people eat and like different types of like cultural foods.
Right.
I'd be really interested to know what people in England eat. Like how they eat, what their food is broken up into, you know? My
brother said that their culinary, there's a reason that some of the favorite foods of the English Isles are foreign foods is because their food's super bland. That's why they love cumin. That's why some of their favorite foods is Indian food. I'm pretty sure their Mexican food has become super popular there because their food is very bland. Chips, fish, etc.
I would just be really intrigued to see, you know, and like how much food they consume. Like what's a normal serving in breakfast versus lunch versus dinner, and then like snacks and that kind of stuff. John sent us a message. British food sucks.
That's what my brother said when he was there. They said they were only there in the England part of the UK for a handful of days, but he said by the time he was done doing their honeymoon, because they spent a little bit of time in France at the beginning, he's like he was done. He was ready to be done with the food. He was sick of the food. He was only there for like a week.
I'd just be like very interested to know, because that kind of stuff, it's just so fascinating to me.
Yeah.
Like I've changed a lot with my own diet and everything. And so
good story.
I'd just be really intrigued.
Very good story for you. Speaking of European cuisine. So Ashley's sister was volunteering as a nurse in New York. She just got back a couple weeks ago. And so she was catching up. Obviously, she came back from New York.
Right.
So she's catching up with everybody, and they're asking, like, what food you try, blah, 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 blah. She didn't try anything. So shamed by the family because it was ridiculous.
Sad.
She didn't even leave the country. So they were talking, Ashley was talking about that at her workplace, and they got on the subject of Italian food. And I think it's because it was shortly after she had talked to her sister, and we had just gone to Callaway's not that long ago.
Yeah, delicious,
so they're talking about Italian food because Ashley and I really like Callaway's.
Yeah.
And they're talking about that, and one of her coworkers was like, oh, if you want to talk about Italian food, well, there's this place in California, blah, 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 snooty, blah, 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 blah. And then Ashley, and I'm so proud of her, without missing a beat, goes, you know what, there's really good Italian food? And the guy goes, where? She goes, in Italy. And he goes, well, how would you know that? You haven't been? She goes, yes, I have.
Nice.
One of my favorite stories.
That's nice.
There, the food is awesome. I gotta be honest. Italian food was awesome. Didn't have a ton of Spanish food. Asian food is hit and miss. Ashley and I, the worst food I've had in any travels whatsoever. Domestic, internationally, fish balls was atrocious.
Yeah, that doesn't sound great. You know, I've been really fascinated with cooking also recently. And this last week, I haven't done like anything. Dustin's been out of town. And so it's like, I basically make peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and mac and cheese.
Your classic after school
classy
staples.
Bougie ratchet. Got it. No, I made like a pasta on Sunday night, and it's like big pot pasta. Right. So
make food for 3 days.
Yeah. I've been eating it ever since. So it's fine. I got meals for the entire week. I should probably be like cooking, but for some reason, like if I have to cook for myself, I don't care near as much. Like when I'm cooking for Dustin, like for the both of us, it's like, I want to make fancy food. I want to make like nice food. It tastes good. And, you know, I put all of this effort in. And for me, I'm like, do you think I can mix like Doritos with this tuna sandwich? Like call it good?
Probably, actually.
Dude,
I'm with you. When if Ashley and I are home, then I'm like, yeah, let's do something more elaborate. If it's just me at home, like she's working all day, I'm like, all right, sandwich and chips, and then it's all I'm eating.
It's
Heaven
me.
forbid
Protein
we split
shakes.
apart. I'm gonna go back to eating like I'm in high school.
Shoot, I eat like protein shakes, and then I'll have this pasta thing that I made on Sunday. Thank heavens for that, because otherwise I'd be like, what am I going to eat? Gushers!
So earlier this week, we got into the Wayfarer conspiracy because of it was all over the internet, and I just wanted to talk about it. And I still haven't done the research. From what I've seen, it's apparently not true.
Yeah.
I just wanted to talk about it because it's all over the internet, and the proof seemed compelling based on the social media posts.
Right.
So the new one is, I'm going to dub it the McLovin trend, McCall. And I'm curious if you've seen this on TikTok.
Uh-oh. Probably.
Supposedly, teenagers are dressing up like grandmas and grandpas using fake IDs to score booze. And the argument is, according to one TikTok user who did this, quote unquote, is when you wear a mask, they can't see your whole face. So it's really easy to get away with as long as you have a wig, glasses, a kerchief, cloth mask, and, basic older lady clothes.
Sure.
Or older gentleman clothes.
Sure. I'm gonna give the benefit of the doubt. I really don't think this is happening that much.
I'm gonna agree with you.
This is my favorite thing, is that people love to run with these random stories. It's like when people come forward with, what was the latest challenge that we've had? Just dumb challenges, and people are like, oh my gosh, everybody's doing it. Really, I've seen like 2 videos on it. Like, I haven't seen any videos on this on TikTok, and I watched TikTok yesterday. Let me look. I'll look. I'll give you my exact statistic for how many hours I spent on TikTok. Hours
I
spent on TikTok yesterday.
Speaking of my girlfriend's job, she works at a place that they sell alcohol, and with how much they run that drill, because it's a serious offense to sell to underage.
It's illegal.
I have my doubts.
Yesterday, I spent 2 hours and 13 minutes on TikTok.
Nice.
Okay, so I haven't seen this.
Didn't see the McLovin challenge.
I did not see the McLovin challenge. I honestly doubt it. Doubt it big time. It's dumb. It's dumb.
I'm with you.
Do you want to know how much time I spent on TikTok on Monday? Is this Monday or is this week? Oh, this is just this week as a whole.
6 hours.
Yeah, 6.5 hours. I haven't seen this challenge.
No McLovin challenge.
I don't think it's legit. It's not real.
I don't think so either. Even if it was legit, I really don't think they're going to have that high a success rate. I think people legitimately don't want to lose their jobs. They're going to be like, all right, hold on a second. Let's see some ID. No, this is fake. Game over, man. Game over.
Yeah. I don't know.
Speaking of social media, so I don't know if you paid attention to this. It's a little bit political.
Ouch.
I'm not really interested in the political side of it, but Kellyanne Conway's caught some flack
because
her teenage daughter's not a Trump fan and is bashing blah, 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 blah. So apparently her daughter has now been made to delete her stuff.
Right, all of her social media stuff.
Yeah, and I got to tell you, I'm on board.
Really?
Well, yeah, because the bottom line is, so if she was 18, that's one thing. She's 15. Her opinions carry weight for her mom. I actually have a story. So one of my first radio jobs, there was a story posted on our social media. It was about, I think it was about Kim Kardashian, but it was about the Kardashians. It's something to do with something that happened in the morning show. I was doing nighttime.
Right.
And a family member of mine commented, Kardashians aren't their cup of tea. Not mine either. So I don't mind the opinion, but they commented, who in the hell cares? Which I'm fine with. I agree with that. But I told them to take it down, and they said, well, it's just my opinion. I don't see what the problem is. They said, the problem is you're related to me, and I work here.
Right. It's an association
your
thing.
Opinion or not, it's associated with me, and it's going to make issues for me. And they didn't get it, and we got in a huge fight about it because they didn't see what the big deal is. And I was like, really, what are you contributing to the, moral fiber or intellectual stimulation of society anyway with that comment? So really, what's the problem with taking it down? So I agree with it because it could affect your mom's, Kellyanne Conway's, job perspectives. It's her call.
Yeah, it could. I don't know. I feel a little divided on this one because, I feel like people should have their own opinions, and I feel like for some reason this is probably going to get me a lot of backlash. I feel like Gen Z is woke. I feel like they're actually paying pretty close attention to things that are going on. Do some people lack the perspective of all of everything going on that plays into certain situations? Yes. Can somebody be opposed to it? Also, yes. Should she probably stay quiet about it because it is her mom's job?
It did go viral.
Yeah, it probably should. Do I think that you need to be suppressed and quieted because of it? No. But, maybe think before you speak with it.
I mean, I think you're living in the household. Parents have a lot more control over what is done and said, and I think that it's, from what I gather, I haven't paid close attention to it, but I'm pretty sure that this has come up a couple of times, and so 3 strikes you're out.
Right.
And so I'm with it because, end of the day, what's more important? Teen daughter's social media, mom's job and career perspectives. That's a tough call. Not really.
I'm very divided on it. Water. I'm very divided on it. Here, let me get you a t-shirt. I'm worried about the board. I'm a little divided on it because I feel like other people should be able to express your opinions because my opinions do not reflect that of my parents. Things have changed.
Well, I think you're allowed to have a different opinion of your parents. I think if your opinion, though, is becoming polarizing and could potentially cost your parents your job, I think they get to have a say in it if you're living in the house.
Yeah, probably
so. Yeah,
probably so.
Have at it. Oh, I got to clean up this mess before I destroy everything in the studio.
At least it wasn't me this time.
This has been the AJ and McCall Show. After the show!